And the other thing is, and I want everybody to hear this. I've said this a bunch of times, but I want everyone to hear this again. Is you have no idea what impact your work will do on other people in the world. Mm-hmm. Whether that be a podcast, whether that be an article, or even more so your art, your actual films that you make, even if it's a little short film you put up on YouTube, you have no idea what that impact will have on a certain person at a certain time in their life. You always have to think that way when you make art, because I've watched things. I mean, look, we all read the book Rebel Without a Crew, like Robert Rodriguez's amazing book. That book, how many careers did that book launch? How many careers is that book still launching to this day? It's like one of those mythological texts in our business, especially for my generation when I was there at the time that it was happening. And you've no idea the impact that those little 10-minute film schools he put on his DVDs did for me back in the day. Like, they're so huge. To him, he's just like, oh, I'm just going to do this and throw it out there. But you just don't know what it does to people. And I've realized that doing Indie Film Hustle over the years. But again, people watch certain movies and have an emotional attachment or an emotional cue from it that I never intended, but to them it makes sense. So it's really important what we do. And look, we're not solving. Look, we're not heroes. We're not fighting forest fires, or we're not saving saving people from cancer. But it is still important in the human condition, in the human experiment. In many ways.
And when you have any platform, whether it's like the movie you're making, whether it's a blog, whatever your podcast, like, you have a responsibility, because people listen, they believe it, they buy into it, and you're like by default an authority on the topic, and it comes with a lot of responsibility, even if it's a small audience. Like when I was starting my blog, and I'd have 100 people a month, like the first month or whatever, like it was just building, but I still felt like, that's still 100 people, that's still 100 human beings. Like, what if one of them takes what I say the wrong way and does something stupid? Like, I always had that in my head. I feel like you certainly do as well with your content. So I think it's important. It definitely transcends, as you said, to just the movies you're making, the stories, the themes, the messages that are in your film. Like, it's amazing how much, and it's inspiring now how much these like smaller micro budget films even that like, they may not get a big theatrical release. They may not show in the Dome in Hollywood, but someone may see it and it may like save their life. Like, it may, not to like glorify, but there may be something that you touch on that really resonates with somebody, and it may help them.